Oop.
Welcome. It's 7 p.m., sort of, a little after.
Ish.
I'm Dustin.
I'm Chandra. Hi, guys.
And it's Tuesday, 7 p.m.
Hey, let us know if you can hear us. The microphones are being wonky.
I think they can hear us.
I mean, I'm kind of loud. That's a thing.
I think they can read lips.
That must be it.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We got Cindy and Jen Delaney in the house tonight. Look at her early. Jen Delaney was ahead of schedule.
She can hear us. All right.
She said those few minutes before a live stream starts that you don't have time to do anything, so you just sit frozen, staring awkwardly at the screen. Oh, you mean the time that we're putting everything together, trying to get ready to go live? That's what we're doing. We're like, oh, do we make it work?
The time I'm watching him try to figure out how to maneuver the computer. It's very interesting.
That's what we do.
I just sit here kind of giggling like, you messed it up again.
Yeah. All right.
That's why I'm not in charge of it.
6 people watching. Don't forget to hit those like buttons and all that fun stuff.
Right?
We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and the Twitter space, or X, or whatever it's called now.
We're tweeting. All right. So once again, our man has no topics.
I just figured we'd wing it.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. So we did have a video recently go out about keto on a budget.
Yes.
So we figure maybe we can kind of talk about that a little bit. And,
Top 5 things.
And how you all manage to work it into your budgets. We are how's our week been? And how was the fair?
The fair was fun. So we go to the fair every year. We may go again because for some reason now our fair here in Indiana, the Indiana State Fair, runs for like 3.5 weeks.
Well, and we went with the kids, the granddaughter. So we were all like, there was a lot of us there. So she wanted to ride rides. So we rode rides as opposed to going to see the animals. And we usually want her to get an opportunity to see all the animals. So we may go back.
Yeah, I think we may go back Thursday because it's $3 to get in versus $14.
Right.
So, yeah.
And it was like, the experience was good. But I have to say that there were parts of it that were exceptionally stressful. My daughter has minor panic attacks when she's driving in traffic, and she came straight from work. And we had, the baby and her boyfriend in our car, and he was talking to her on the phone on speaker, and she was having a full-blown panic attack over the phone to where I had to be like, you need to mute her, because I can't listen to her while I drive.
Right. So, I mean, we're going at like 5 o'clock and 5 o'clock traffic,
right,
on top of going to the fair and the fair
which is
traffic.
Already crazy busy.
Yeah, on a $3 Thursday. So, I mean, It's all that stuff compounding and making it worse. But, we got in, we had, I had some corn dogs.
Yeah. I told you I was going to try those fried cookie dough bites, and I did.
They had fried butter. Okay.
That's just weird.
So, I don't know if you're easily triggered by stuff, so trigger warning, I guess. But what they do is they take these frozen pads of butter and they dip them in like this batter stuff and then fry them, and then you eat them and the butter just explodes in your mouth.
I couldn't.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
No.
So, I mean, hopefully.
And I'm cool with butter. I like butter on stuff, but just a mouthful of butter, I know.
Tom Garvey in the house.
Anywho. I could not try it. It just, no.
And yes, Cindy, we use StreamYard for now. I'm looking at other options. I don't know. There's some other options out there, but they're expensive. StreamYard, for what you get for $25 a month, isn't that bad compared to some of the other ones that want $50 a month. Ugh. So, yeah, the fair was good. We rode rides, and then they've implemented new stuff where, like, if you're under 18, you can't go in without a guardian after 6 or 8.
I
think 6 or 8 or something. 6, because
there
were some kids in front of us trying to get in and trying to hustle some people to let them go. Yeah. And there's like metal detectors and all that stuff. It's not like it used to be.
It's a very interesting metal detector too. It was like you keep everything on you and you just go through it.
That's so they don't have to deal with the little bins and everything. Yeah.
Bags.
So basically, if you go off, you're going to get wanded, and everyone's probably going to. I mean,
right.
I went off because I like keys and everything on me.
And our daughter got wanded because she was carrying the bag, and we had bug spray in it, which was in an aerosol can. And apparently, aerosol cans now can't go into the fair either. I don't know why, but they can't. So that was interesting.
Hopeful Carnivore's in here. I actually reached out to her today, and she may not want me telling this, but I reached out. I was going to have her on my podcast, but she's not ready for that yet. So
yeah, she said, "Ew to butter, fried butter too."
You know what? Don't yuck
Sounded
my yum,
terrible.
y'all.
Sounded terrible.
Don't be
I
yucking.
wasn't even willing to try it. It was just not okay.
So good. It was cinnamon butter. How do you not like cinnamon
Now,
butter?
I love cinnamon. I'm okay with butter, but just a mouthful of melted butter just sounds so wrong.
I was eating it and like Careless Whisper was playing. It was like do 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 do.
Really, Deadpool?
Yeah.
Okay.
It fell in love with me. I was like, ooh, yeah.
Well, good thing the fair only comes once a year.
Right?
Anywho. Yes. That was
Buckle
weird.
up, Buttercup. It only gets worse from here.
Yeah.
We are
Anywho.
weird.
Yes.
We are weird squared.
Correct. We're going to probably go to the fair again this Thursday so that we can see the animals. But
Yeah.
I don't think we'll eat any more junk, but
maybe a corn dog.
Gross. You can have them all.
We did see a bunch of rabbits. They had a bunch of rabbits, the floofies.
Oh my goodness. They had these rabbits that were huge, like big as a dog rabbits. Like, okay, big as
the 4-H.
Small dog.
It was all the 4-H rabbits.
And they were like really fluffy. It was weird. I'm pretty sure they were genetically enhanced.
They were super bunnies.
But anywho, okay, so what else are we going to talk about? We talked about the
So we're going to talk about Hopeful Carnivore because she wants to hear herself talked about on TV. She said it's weird.
Yeah.
That's okay. I bet there'll be more rabbits the next time you go. Well, they were individualized in cages unless they figured out how to
tunnel out.
How to contort.
It just, excuse me.
Not like those horses last year or the year before. The two horses when one horse was like, and the other horse got excited.
Yeah.
We had to go to a different stall.
Yes.
It was so
not fun to try when a toddler goes, "What's that?" Nope.
Because you can't miss it.
Nope. But seeing all the bunnies reminded me of that book that I read in like middle school, that Bunnicula, because I'm all for spooky time, and I have felt that since August started, so did spooky time, and I've been trying to catch up on my spooky movies. And so I was thinking about what if all those bunnies were like vampire bunnies, but that was just my thought.
So Sana asked, what was our favorite food we ate at the fair and favorite ride? We didn't ride any rides.
No, she wanted to ride the kiddie rides, and she was going to ride the Ferris wheel with me. But when we got closer to it and she realized how high up in the air it went, she said no.
Well, it was loud.
It was very loud. So she's very sensitive to loud noises. We took her to her first concert when she was 18 months old,
something like that. Yeah.
And she has headphones designed for the shooting range because some things that are too loud really bother her. So she'll put on her ears when things are too loud. And when we got over to the Ferris wheel, it was really high up. It was very loud. And she's like, nope, I'm done. But my favorite thing at the fair was watching her go on a pony ride. She flippin' loved that. That was awesome.
I'll try to edit a video next week and maybe blur her face out a little bit, but you can still watch her ride the pony. What do you think?
I don't know.
It's only 2 minutes, and it's just a little 2-minute pony ride.
Yeah.
I don't have it queued up right now, but
it's
on my phone. I haven't put it on my computer to move it over to show, but maybe next week, if you guys remind me, we'll go ahead and we'll show her on the pony.
Well, I'm sure they've seen kids ride ponies.
Yeah, but not our kid on the pony.
Well, all you're going to hear is, "Oh, look at her riding the pony."
Well, the person that was walking her on the pony was asking all these legitimate questions, like, what animals do you have?
Like a human.
Yeah. I mean, like, what kind of animals do you have? What are their names? Which one's your favorite? Things you talk to a 4-year-old about. But though, Sana, talking about rides, last night we booked Disney. I know we've been talking about it for months, but we finally went ahead and booked, and we set our we did our park
dates,
pass
what we're gonna
reservations,
do,
and
yeah.
yes. So favorite ride, probably Haunted Mansion. I'm looking forward to that part where it kind of you spin around and you're going backwards down that incline, and like it pops my back. It feels so good. I'm a weirdo.
We are super excited to go to Disney.
Yes.
I don't know. The money aspect sucks, but we're happy to take the will be 5-year-old to Disney.
We didn't get an elephant ear this year. We haven't gotten one in a while. We always forget about them because they're not everywhere like they once were back in the day. There's like one booth now
they're
that sells
not the same. Like the last time I got one, which mind you, probably 6-7 years ago, it was just like flat and like not good. Like I can make a better fake elephant ear with a low carb tortilla
we make
and
those all the
butter
time,
and
yeah.
cinnamon and sugar cinnamon and fake sugar, and it's better.
Yeah,
it just is. If
I
I'm
fry
gonna eat
those
a
up and-
flat elephant ear, then I'm gonna make mine at home.
Jackie passed her kidney stone.
Woohoo! No surgery.
She studied hard and passed.
Yeah.
Finally. God.
I hope the pain is better.
Oh yeah, that was like, man, it was the pain when I had mine, and all of a sudden it passed, and it was like, I can breathe again.
Okay.
I'm gonna sing the whole time.
Do it.
No.
Starting now. I want it to be just like a musical.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't say that.
Oh, what? You wanted to be a musical like that Barber one, the Fleet Street Barber, where I turned you into a meat pie? Meat pie?
Sing it.
No.
I was so disappointed when that movie came out. I didn't realize it was a musical.
I didn't either. I took this girl on a date.
Had I gone into it knowing it was a musical, I probably wouldn't have been so frustrated. But going to see it and then realizing it was a musical just made me angry. It just did. Really, really grinded my gears.
Yes. So anyway, before we got off on that, we were talking about the
Keto on a budget.
The Keto on a Budget video.
Yes.
So hopefully you all take the time to watch it and comment and all that fun stuff, because I was like hearing what everybody else does to keep their keto budget low. Basically, it's really just what we do outside of buying stuff for the channel.
Right.
Or the girl. Because
her stuff doesn't fit into keto exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, she's at least 50% keto. I mean, there's days when
60.
When all she'll eat is cottage cheese and eggs.
Yeah. I got her more keto. Suckers. They were on sale $3 a bag.
She loves the Smart Sweet suckers. Loves them.
And they're less sugar, so they're not so bad.
Right. They're not perfect, but they're certainly better than straight old dum pops, you know. But I have to limit her. The other day she took 3 of them and brought them upstairs to my room, and I said, you can't have all 3 of those, as she put the second one in her mouth and starts chomping on it. And I was like, okay, if you eat the last one, you don't get any cottage cheese. And she was like, oh, so upset. So finally she agreed. She ate her cottage cheese, and then she ate the last sucker. So, you know, limits.
Yeah. So typically we will make her eggs in the morning, cottage cheese, and I have found her some little flat, like about this big around hash browns. And because she likes hash browns, she loves McDonald's hash browns.
Well, intermittently.
And those aren't great. So I found some at Aldi, and I make her 4 because she's 4. They're little ones, like silver dollar size.
Yeah.
And make her chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the best, but oh my goodness. I saw a study today or whatever. There was a reel on like Instagram Reels, and it was saying that for children like 3 to 8, they're only supposed to, like, their recommendation is like 18 grams of protein a day. And I about hit the floor. Even like kids up to 18 years old, the recommended protein for a kid was like 40 grams or 30 grams a day. It was like what are we trying to do to our kids?
Well, if we give everybody diabetes.
Well, I mean, not just but the protein, like you're setting them up literally to be weak and like not even able to handle themselves as they get older.
Well, I think the thing is that a population that is ill is a population that is easily controlled. If you are ill and weak, you are easily controlled. So, who currently runs, the country? Well, you think it's the president, but let's be honest, it's large corporations. They make money off of you being sick.
I love McDonald's hash browns too, but like the oil they use is terrible, and like they use weird starches. I know it's bad, and I don't get them hardly ever, but sometimes they just really hit the spot.
I have never been into them.
Now, Jen's asking what kind of laptop I have. I have a Lenovo laptop. It's a Creator laptop that I got from Costco. It's a Ryzen 9 with a GeForce 3050 in it.
He's reading the stickers.
No, the stickers don't say what it is. That says Ryzen 9. That doesn't say 3050 though, does it? No, it doesn't.
Okay. Anyway.
And it's got 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM in it on a terabyte SSD. I got this because the computer that I had that I was editing videos on would crash 4 or 5 times per video. So that really got old. So I was able to find this laptop. It was like $1,300 on sale at Costco. I love Costco. If you haven't, we should have like a Costco celebration day. You
should just, I don't know, buy one of their uniforms or name tags and just go there.
How's the new job, Heath? I want to know. Heath got a new job. He actually had like a bidding war kind of thing. He had like 3 jobs, like all send him offers at one time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's how you make the big bucks.
I know, right?
Well, yeah, I definitely think that that's the truth. That low protein, high carbs makes the population stupid and weak.
ADHD.
And easily able to be controlled.
Yeah, ADHD. The kids are like, blah, blah, blah. And then they don't probably let them go to recess enough.
Well, and then they want to medicate the kids, like starting off the bat. So my middle child is 23.
Yeah.
Okay. When he was 4 and 5 years old, we put him in like a soccer league. It was like a recreational league for 4 to 5-year-olds. And he would go play soccer. And let me just say that when you have a 4 or 5-year-old who's playing soccer, some of them are very athletic. They've grown up in a household where everybody plays. They know what they're doing. They're going to kick the ball. The rest of the kids are going to sit around, pick flowers, pick their noses, hang from the goalpost, roll around in the grass, collect bugs, and do what they want to do. So my kid was that kid. My kid was the kid who would, oh, Mom, I saw a butterfly out there. Oh, did you see? I picked you a bouquet of flowers, Mom. Oh, hey, I'm swinging off the goalpost and getting yelled at by the coach to stop. And one of the coaches said to me, I'm pretty sure your kid has ADHD and you should really get them medicated. My son was like yours last year, and I got him on Ritalin, and now he behaves and he plays the game. Who puts a 4 or 5-year-old on Ritalin? What is that insanity? Why aren't kids allowed to be kids? At 4 and 5 years old, you should not be able to be still and concentrate unless it's something that you are actively into. 4 and 5-year-olds should be wild, and they should be allowed to be wild. Anywho, that was my story about, medicating children, which I feel, unless it's absolutely necessary, it's ridiculous.
I mean, we feed them full of granola bars, fruit snacks, fruit juice, everything. Like, we give them
crap on their crap.
But before their day even starts, they're probably having 200 grams of carbohydrates, and then we give them speed, which is what Ritalin is. It's basically speed.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, I definitely feel like, all of the over-processed foods for kids are all an issue. If your children have bad behavior, and I'm not saying ADHD kids, I'm saying just children in general. If your children have bad behaviors, maybe you're teaching them incorrectly. We need to take responsibility as the parent. If your child has ADHD and things, other medical complications, behavioral complications that are more than just your average standard, then, maybe you do need to seek additional help for them. Or maybe you need to adjust diet for them or whatnot, like you would with any other child. You can't just jump off the boat and start drugging them. I mean, you've got to try other things first. You've got to be an advocate for your child. You can't just go, oh, they prescribe me these drugs, I'm going to give them these drugs, without even knowing what they're doing to your kid.
It's Jackie's cup. She gave it to me and I've been using it a lot.
Yeah. You're a Mamasaurus Rex.
Yeah. What? I can't be a mom?
No, you literally cannot. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho.
See, Cindy knows what's up.
Where am I at?
Cool cup. Yeah.
I see. Let's see. You got to read that to me.
Says, imagine our well-behaved and well-mannered son, when he was going to public school, was perceived as having a disorder. I got him tested to humor the dang school to say, so safe to say he's been homeschooled since.
Oh, there's our boy I was just talking about. Yeah, this child does not have ADHD. I have never seen anybody sleep longer than this kid. Not true. The youngest one sleeps longer.
Yeah.
But these boys are not hyperactive by any stretch of the imagination. It's not a thing. Now, ADD, they definitely have some difficulties concentrating on things. But what are you doing? Okay. Sounds like a plan.
It just might be loud.
That's fine. Start in the front. He's going to mow the lawn.
They're probably not going to hear it with the things anyway.
But
maybe.
As far as like ADD is concerned, they do have some difficulty focusing, but I have difficulty focusing. I've never been on Ritalin and I managed to, hold down a job, etc. All of my kids hold down jobs. Everybody, we are functional in society. So no, none of us need medicated. And the fact that somebody would say, oh, your kid's acting like a 5-year-old or a 4-year-old, maybe you should get them medicated. I'm like, that's crazy. Anyway, I digress. Okay, what were we actually trying to talk about?
I don't remember. You guys ever use the Flip app?
Oh, I wrote notes.
Yeah, she wrote notes. So, actually, let's before we go here and look at that. She said she tested their son. He came back gifted. Teacher seemed mad.
Well, and that was one of the things when we actually got the middle one into kindergarten and first grade. The first grade teacher was like, this kid excels. He's way beyond what most first graders are. And he was in the gifted program from first grade on, all through middle school and high school. He took 5 AP classes and scored 5s on all of the AP exams. He just has that, that's his thing. And
he doesn't give a caritis.
Well, and the big thing that always frustrated me is when he was in middle and high school, they kept threatening to throw him out of the AP program and the gifted programs because he didn't feel like he needed to do homework. But they couldn't throw him out because his test scores were so high and they needed him to boost the rest of the class's grades. So, the kid's got ADD? Really? I don't think so. He certainly isn't hyperactive.
So it says Rowan's teacher kept trying to get him diagnosed because Noah is autistic with So what's ODD?
Oppositional defiant disorder.
So what does that mean?
That is basically a child who acts out, is often physically and or verbally aggressive, and they don't necessarily have a cause for it.
So they're just mad and upset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, I feel like that may be a child that has some difficulty processing emotions and an inability to express themselves. And what they don't need is medication. What they need is proper teaching on coping mechanisms and good ways to let out frustration and anger and things like that. And just because somebody in your family has X diagnosis, it doesn't mean that your kids are going to have a specific diagnosis. And it doesn't mean that they're not going to have something entirely different.
let's see here. She says, so she has the same situation here. He tested gifted. The school wanted to fight me on the results from an unbiased professional mind. You as if their school psychologist needed to intervene. No.
Yeah. I think yeah. I mean, and the whole concept of like ODD in and of itself is that that's a relatively new diagnosis that's come about within the past probably 20 years, maybe 25. And it's very different from autism or Asperger's or being on the spectrum. Those are very different diagnoses. ODD is literally somebody who is defiant with really no cause. They have a difficulty expressing themselves and an inability to understand why things happen around them. It may be related, but they're not the same thing. Asperger's and autism, you also have a different way of viewing personal relationships, but that doesn't mean that you're defiant. I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like everybody is super excited to label children and start them on meds, as opposed to taking the time to talk with them and figure out where is the disconnect and what is the problem and how can we fix this otherwise. And if it's more than just something that you need to learn coping skills or talk through or good ways of expressing anger or frustration, then maybe let's try changing a diet. Maybe let's try adjusting, figuring out what things trigger the child into having certain behaviors and see what we can do to minimize that, or see what we can do about teaching the child how to predict behaviors that are going to impact them. Like I always used to teach my kids, there are ways to stop a fight before it ever starts. Not the same thing by any stretch, but there are ways to stop a fight before it ever starts. You can tell by reading people's body language and the way that they speak. You can tell when you, like if you're joking and the other person was laughing and then they've stopped, you've crossed a line. You've gone from a position of, we're good friends and things are going okay to things are not going so well. So how do you stop a fight before it starts? That way they are not put in a position where they have to defend themselves. And not that sometimes it doesn't come out of the flippin' blue, because it does. I'll tell you about a story about my son later. But things like that, teaching children how to anticipate what somebody else is going to say or do so that they can better protect themselves emotionally or mentally as needed. I think starting off with meds is starting off the wrong way. That's my personal opinion.
So Jen's got a cat snuggling on her. She has to go potty and she wants to refill her drink, but she can't get up because the cat's asleep.
Oh, do you want to know how many times I've been in that position?
Then the cat poops on you.
Oh, stupid cat. You're going to tell them all about the poop cat?
Yeah, we have a poop cat. Well, we don't let him on us anymore because he'll just lay there and poop for some weird reason.
Well, he doesn't do it as much now that we switched the food. So they were getting just kit and caboodle.
The trash.
The trash cat food. And we switched to...
I don't even know what it's called.
It's called Origin, and it's a meat-based cat food with very minimal extra junk added to it. And I read a bunch of reviews about it, and I read the ingredients, and it seemed like it was better for them and helped to prevent things like urine crystals and kidney issues with cats, and also helped, with other things. So this cat has had urine crystals previously and had a kidney infection at one point. And now, we're moving better with this better.
And we're seeing less cat puddles through the house too.
They're less vomiting.
Yeah,
they used to vomit a lot of hairballs. So it seems like it's helped with hairballs too. But he sat in my lap. So we have 3 cats. This one is a black and white cat. His name is Bruce. And he would sit in my lap and cuddle. And we're cuddling. No big deal. We're watching a movie. We're watching TV, whatever. We're cuddling. And then he would, I don't know if he was asleep and he would poop, or if he would get up and move and he would poop. I'm not sure. But we would turn on the lights to go upstairs and there would be a puddle of poop in my lap. It was very off-putting. So since then, the cat no longer cuddles with me. and we've changed his food, and I haven't noticed any accidents anywhere else. But yeah, we had a poop cat. Hopefully we fixed it.
Yeah. And yeah, so yeah, fixing their food. I mean, I felt bad feeding them trash anyway, because here we are working to improve our diets and improve
Right.
our way of life. And then we're going to knowingly feed them
Junk.
like basically cat cereal.
Yeah. Or cat McDonald's.
Yeah. I mean, it's just trash. I mean, it was, it was like $20 for a giant 30-pound bag. This stuff is a 12-pound bag is like $60.
Oh, dear God, it's so expensive.
Yeah. So feeding your cat, I mean, putting your cats on keto on a budget.
But they eat less.
They do eat less.
They used to sit around that cat food bowl all day.
One of them would, I can't remember which one it was, would lay on his belly, lay on his side, and eat from the bowl laying down.
Yeah, that was Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is the weird cat anyway. The cat that had the bowel issues. He's the weird cat anyway. He just hopped up on one of the chairs near us. But he would literally lounge in front of the food bowl and eat. Like not get up, not sit up, just lean his head over and eat.
They now drink a lot more water too.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got him one of those like bougie water, the cat fountain water things.
Yeah.
They like to knock it over for some reason. I don't know why. It holds like a half a gallon of water and like it spurts out of two sides and then like.
And it goes through a filter. So theoretically it's
cleaner. And there's like a blue light in the bottom. I don't know if it's like, there's a light on the bottom. So I don't know if that's for me to see when I pull it up of what the water level is, or if that's like trying to actively kill bacteria. Probably should have read the instructions.
But yeah, we've fancied up the cats so that they keep on living, despite the fact that I am so ready to be done with animals.
Juan's in the house from Vietnam. What time is it there, Juan? 7:33 p.m. here. What time is it there? And I need to come in and get some street food.
I don't know. What are they? 15 hours different or something?
I don't know. So our buddy Juan lives in Vietnam. He lived here when we've known him for a long time.
Yes. Basically meat flavored cornbread. You are correct.
Basically, yeah.
It's called Origin. It's spelled weird. It's like ORIJEN. And you can buy it from Amazon. It's kind of pricey, but we've not had any more cat UTIs. Like I said,
rise and grind, baby. Rise and grind.
No more cat vomiting. Not no more. Very minimal hairballs.
Every day we would have to step over puddles in the morning coming down the stairs.
Yeah, and go get the Clorox wipes and come back and get it. So there's much less cat vomit. The poop cat hasn't been pooping. Well, on me at least.
I've been letting him outside more because he tries to escape. So I'm just letting him.
Well, he
comes back.
Of the three cats,
he's like a boomerang.
We have the oldest cat. His name is Tigger. He goes in and out freely upon his own will. He'll hunt mice outside and birds, etc. He likes to be outside. Bruce has decided he now wants to go outside. He will go outside and sit under our pine tree out front and basically hide from the world. And then we have Thor. Thor is the white one you usually see in the background of our videos because he likes to perch on the back of the couch here. And he is our scaredy cat. He wants to go outside, but all the noises and smells freak him out. So he'll walk into the garage
and run right
back in the house. So those are their three weird personalities.
Jackie says she uses Instinct with freeze-dried raw bites, and they each get a can of wet food a day. I wanted to do raw, but I'm lazy and a bad pet mom.
Yeah, we talked about making their food for them.
And I tried to make something. They just didn't want to eat it.
They don't. I mean, I think it's the same thing. Like after you've been eating McDonald's for so long, do you really want to do something else? Or is it just,
I tell you what, though,
McDonald's?
When I come home with a Costco rotisserie chicken, they are on me. They're like, I'm breaking it apart on the stove after you let it sit for 2 hours so it doesn't melt your fingers off.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do to those chickens, but they are scalding hot in the middle like an hour later. Like you go and pick it up and take it home, go to the checkout, drive home, bring it in, bring your groceries in, put them away, and wash your hands and go to break that chicken apart. And it's like, ding! Yeah. But yeah, they're like, oh, hey, best friend. Or if I have string cheese, they love string cheese.
Oh, they love string cheese. They will chase you down for string cheese.
Even when I was able to find like this jalapeno string cheese, they would eat that too.
Mm-hmm. They are not picky on their cheese.
And I probably shouldn't feed that to them, but I mean, they ate it.
They have 8 cats in the house and can't figure out how to healthily how to afford healthy food for them. They won't eat meat. Well, the origin food, like I said, is expensive, but our cats are eating less of it. So we get a bag delivered.
It's like what
every 2 months?
Every month.
Is it that much?
It's either a month or every 6 weeks.
It's probably every 6 weeks. So it's kind of pricey, but it's one bag every 6 weeks, whereas one bag of kit and caboodle would get us a month. And we got the big 30-pound bag. So
okay, so this is something. So our cat, so the one that's the indoor-outdoor cat, if it's raining, I'll go to let him out the back door, and he'll look out, see that it's raining, and get mad and go to the front door and wants me to let him out the front door because he thinks I'm making it rain in the back. But out front, it's probably not going to be raining because it's my fault.
Well, they, I don't know. They're all weird in their own way, but I'm hopeful that they'll be healthy and not be jerks their whole lives. Dustin thinks they're just waiting for us to die so they can eat our bodies.
That's true. They're like, if they were bigger, they would just eat us. But they're small and they're like, they feel defeated.
Yeah.
And if they were big, if they were like the same size as us, we'd have no chance.
Well, I want cats as big as us.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, if I could have a lion or a tiger, I probably would. And I know that that's bad and it's wrong and I shouldn't, but I freaking love big cats. They are just so pretty. I've thought about getting a Savannah, but they are very like expensive and hard to come across. And I don't want, because we live in, it's less wooded now than it was, but sort of a wooded area that's near part of the park. I don't want to let it out and then somebody thinks that there's like, I don't know, something on the loose and they kill it. Because I've got neighbors in the neighborhood behind us that I've seen pull a truck in filled with dead coyotes. So I don't want to.
Well, the thing about coyotes is there's no regulation against killing them.
They're considered a nuisance animal. You're allowed to kill them if they're on your property. But I wouldn't want to get a big cat and then make it stay inside the whole time. Bye, Heath. And then, you know, if you let it out, then it could be a potential, you know, problem for neighbors.
Chewy is basically owned by Amazon. So I don't know. Is there stuff you can get from Chewy you can't get from Amazon and vice versa?
I have no idea.
Because I know we've looked at the Chewy app, but I never made an account. But I don't know like if it's any different from Amazon. I know they're like same company.
Oh, I have no idea.
But it would be cool to see if they had cheaper big bags of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but like I said, they don't eat that much of it now.
Like I can fill their container up and it's last at least 2 weeks, where I'd have to fill it up once or twice a week.
Yeah, they don't eat as much now.
Yeah, ground chicken and rice and that kind of stuff with dogs, like even like chicken livers and all that stuff is really good for dogs.
Yeah. The cats just didn't eat what we made them.
Ground
chicken.
I tried to make chicken hearts and chicken livers and stuff. So the stuff that they would eat out of whatever they would kill. But they were like, man, we don't care.
Thanks for the effort, but no.
Yeah, right. We don't like that.
Yeah. And they're weird cats. They don't eat cat treats and things like that. The one thing that Bruce loved though were those supplements.
No, Bruce loved these weird like urinary tract supplements.
Yeah, we bought these supplements because they were on clearance at a store and they're supposed to help cats with UTIs and whatnot. And he had just had that, so we bought them. And man, he loved them, but the other cats wouldn't even touch them. Wouldn't even go near them.
I still give them one every once in a while.
Yeah, there's still some in there.
Yeah, there's like 2 bottles.
I think, didn't we look it up online and you can't buy them anymore?
Yeah, you went online on like eBay or something, got like 2 bottles of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But anywho, the animals. Always.
So how do you guys like to shop? So for me, Anymore, it's calmed down. I don't do as much shopping as I used to. I used to shop all of the stores. I still will look if I'm looking for particular things at all the stores, and I'll use an app called Flip. I have a little video out too about it. Basically, you just put in your zip code and you mark it down for groceries.
You're good. Keep talking.
So yeah. Hold on, I'll show you. I'm gonna do it.
fine.
You want to
I
do this?
could
I know
check.
you want to do this. Well, maybe it won't let me do it here.
Yeah, I'm good. I know how to type. Continue talking.
Yeah. So you can sort out by groceries and your zip code, and it'll show you all of the circulars or the ads for all the grocery stores in your area. They'll show you, like, especially when you're getting close to when they change. Like I went to Fresh Time today, and I went to Goodwill to drop off some stuff to donate, and I looked at Flip and I looked at Fresh Time, and they had crab legs for $5.99 a pound. So I went and picked up a big bag for like $21, and they had steaks on sale for $7.49. So I got, like, they don't put them in the big containers like the other grocery stores do. So I had to buy like 5 of the small containers. So, like, not a whole lot of steak, but
Yeah.
they were like $3 a package.
Yeah.
So we've got steak for the rest of the week mostly, and hopefully I may still have to go get some for your lunches, but
Yeah.
I
can do burger. It doesn't matter to me.
we don't have any burger for you right now.
Well,
I have
okay
frozen
then.
burgers.
Oof,
I
won't
love
do
frozen.
that.
They're the same thing.
They're not. They're not. They're overdone. Anywho, I don't know why it made 2 of them.
Because it's sending it to 2 different places. It's sending it to YouTube and it's sending it to Facebook.
Anywho, so
So it showed me that, and then I can look at what they're gonna have on sale starting tomorrow or whatever.
yeah.
And I think they have a weird thing at Fresh Time. I think on Wednesdays they honor both circulars. So they have one that like is good through today. Then there's one that starts tomorrow. But I think if you go in tomorrow, then you can get what was last week and next week. But something that I found out today about Fresh Time, for those of you who do have Fresh Time, I know Maitreya was talking about them today on her little live this morning, like 6:30 a.m. Yeah, she went live early today. But we were talking about Fresh Time, and I guess when they first opened up, they were like they're a prominent shareholder of them, or an investor was Meyer. But just before the pandemic, Meyer bought them out, so they are basically a Meyer bodega.
Yeah, you didn't know they were owned by Meyer?
I knew that Meyer was an investor, but I didn't know that they had gone in and purchased the company.
Yeah, I knew that.
Ready, set, keto, everyone and me. Oh, I love you guys. You guys didn't include me in my own stream. How are you guys? I get to see you guys this coming weekend. It's going to be so much fun.
He's very excited.
I don't know what day you're coming in, but I get to hang out with Emily and James and maybe Noah. Are you bringing Noah too? We'll walk around and see people dressed up as scary stuff. And there's gonna be like famous people there too, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, it's Dustin! Hey!" And I'm like, "Hey!" And they'll want my autograph.
Is that going to happen?
No.
If people want your autograph, I want to know what else you're doing.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I mean, if it's bringing in money, it'd be nice.
I would like to bring in money. Noah is coming. All right. So we're going to Horror Hound. I've never been.
Yeah, neither of us have ever been to Horror Hound, but I won't be able to go. Let me see.
So she said a 12-pound bag is $70. I don't know what that's got to be a 12-pound bag.
Let me just look.
Comes to $5.84 a pound. That's more than a hamburger. That's like bougie hamburger. That's like buying like the grass-fed stuff from Walmart.
I get
$69.99, but there's a 25% off coupon if you subscribe.
I am subscribing.
Okay. Yeah.
So
it says every 2 months.
We get it delivered every 2 months, and it's the same $70 with a free shipping because it's Prime, and then I get an additional 5% off because we're subscribed to get it every 2 months. So,
and then I think after so many months, it'll go to 10%. After so many months or so many things, it'll go to
Yeah.
go to like 15%. At
But
least a lot of
anyway.
the subscribe and save stuff. We have a couple of things that we have on the subscribe and save. She likes the Great Propels, and the stores don't always have them. So we have those delivered every so many weeks because she takes them to work. So she works 2 days a week, one each day for work. So they're basically a 12-pack lasts 6 weeks. So that's how often they get delivered. And then we have the True Lime boxes of 500. We have those delivered. And we have our coffee pods delivered as well. So those are all automated. We don't have to think about it. Now, the one thing every once in a while, like the lime packets will come faster than we use them, so I usually just cancel it.
Yeah.
And my razors were coming up soon, but I pushed it out, and it'll come up again in February.
Oh, I didn't know that was on subscribe and save.
It's not on that; it's on their website.
Oh, okay.
I get 12 at a time, which is like one a month, but I don't use them that much. So
Okay.
But yeah, I'm excited for Horror Hound.
I've never been.
I'd
don't
never
really
been
know
to any
much
kind of
about it.
convention except that PopCon thing.
Yeah.
The PopCon we went to PopCon some years ago. Kevin Smith came in and brought one of his movies, and his daughter was there because
What was the movie again?
It was Yoga Hoser.
Yoga Hoser. It was not great.
It was not a great movie, but I mean,
it was not terrible. But
it
was
was
not great.
silly, goofy.
I watched it once. That's enough.
I don't even know if I've even ever seen it pop up on streaming.
I don't know. I don't know if it ever went anywhere.
Because I loved his early movies, like Chasing Amy.
The Instinct Raw that Jackie gets is a little bit cheaper by like $1.80
a pound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think at this point they like this food. I don't want
Right.
to try. I mean, if this starts giving them problems, maybe we try something else.
Right. But right now they're into it and they are eating less, so we're spending less.
And they've trimmed down.
They have.
Their little cat fupas have gotten.
Oh my God. So the Thor, the weird one who doesn't like to go outside, likes to run into the garage and come back in the house, had like a fat roll that hung below him. And the fat roll is now not all the way gone, but now it just looks like fat fur as opposed to like fat.
She tried to put him in. She tried to put him in sweaters one day, and like they just fell on the ground and laid on their side. Like
that was amazing.
We don't know what to do.
It was like they went comatose. They went and just stayed there. It was hilarious.
She had to take them off because they would have just laid there and died.
My God, it was so funny though. I couldn't. Like I had to put it back on him once or twice just to watch him just flop over and stay and not move. It was so funny. Yeah. Pet animal tricks or whatever they are.
And then a weekend after this, Jackie and I are going to Tennessee. Tennessee.
Thought you were going to sing everything.
I did. I just sang Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Can we sing Mr. Wendell too?
Do it.
No. Anyway, we're going to Tennessee. We're going to hang out with just Jen Delaney and Brian. And I don't know, have you heard from Dawn and Mike? Are they still going to come down and bring their camper? Ooh. Tennessee is going to be a lot of fun. I've heard the extra fat fupa is to protect them. Not in the overweight way, though.
But what does he need protection from? He's a house cat who doesn't go outside.
He is a little what's the word I'm looking for? He likes to get stepped on.
He does.
He likes to get stepped on.
Protection from you stepping on him.
But it's because he's always underfoot. And I'll be in the fridge and I'll turn around to go and he'll just be right there and I step on him. He yowls at me and I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. Oh, he's always underfoot. I can trip and fall without assistance, without being on unlevel surface. I'm just an unsteady person. And this cat will bob and weave between my legs like he is attempting to murder me. I'm pretty sure I could get him on attempted murder at least once.
So Jackie says, Donna was asking if Jennifer's still the lead. I was planning to go see her maybe tomorrow after I'm taking a friend of mine to get some fluid removed. She's going through cancer treatments, going through chemo and all that nasty stuff. So I was going to take her to do that and maybe run over and see Jennifer. She's over at a rehab facility. and we can discuss that. I imagine she can have all that changed. I don't even know about the tickets. I haven't even thought to ask about that. I know all the tickets are paid for. The Airbnb is all paid for. Yeah.
Jackie said the fat rules to protect him from fights. I'm going to start fighting him. We'll see if it works.
Cindy wants us to stop by. We're going 65 south. So the conference is in Dixon, Tennessee. So you get down to Nashville and then you go west for like an hour. So it's like out in the boonies. I don't know. I hope this is legit and it's not just like a come in and get you. I mean, Dr. Barry's supposed to be there. Autumn Weathers is supposed to be there. Nisha, Dr. Barry's wife, is going to be there. So it'll be kind of fun. I don't know who else is going to be there. I haven't paid all that much attention to it. I've been more concerned with KPL. Now, the KPL tickets that I have so far been spoken for. Emails have been sent to get those transferred over. So that'll be cool. I will give her a hug from everybody.
And like we said last time, he does give the best hugs.
I do. I've hugged
So
a lot
you know
of
it'll
people.
be a quality hug.
I do like the hug. It's pretty good.
Yes. If we have cats when I'm old, they will murder me. It will happen. And then they'll probably eat my body when I'm laying there dead at the bottom of the stairs.
Probably.
Hello. Thanks
Sharon's
for joining
here.
us. We've just been rambling for like, I don't know how long.
51 minutes.
There we go. That's how long.
Yeah.
We were supposed to talk about keto on a budget.
Keto on a budget. I mean, it's so basically the long story short of keto on a budget was my way of putting together a video that was easy enough for anybody who, even if you didn't know really what keto was, what to do, how you can do this lifestyle or live this lifestyle as affordably.
That's a new word.
Affordably and simply as possible. So basically
easily manageable.
Yeah. I mean, Joe, just meat. I happen to like burger patties and hamburger. She likes steaks. So basically, we eat a little bit of chicken. We like chicken thighs. It just so happens they're the tastiest and they're cheap. Where did it go?
It went away. That's what I meant to say.
Matreya's here.
But Jen got freed. She was allowed to go pee.
Well, I am glad that you didn't drown the cat.
But yeah, so like as far as budget goes, we usually try to get stuff that's on sale. We're not afraid of clearance foods, depending.
I mean, be leery of Kroger.
Yeah,
because their manager specials are a little sus.
On clearance.
It'll be like gray.
Yeah, but we're not afraid of clearance stuff or markdowns and things like that. And we try to, other than what we buy for this channel, we basically try to stick to simple stuff. Eggs are easy. He knows the egg prices at every store on the west side. So the boy's back in. So he sticks, gets the best price on eggs.
Sometimes, I'll just be at Costco and buy eggs at Costco. Well, the last time I was at Costco and I bought eggs, for some reason, the white eggs, the 5 dozen count was $12 for 5 dozen. The white count 2 dozen were $5, and the 2 dozen count brown eggs, which were organic, were $3. So I bought 10 dozen of those. They didn't have a limit, so I bought 5 of those.
Yeah.
So that was a screaming deal. Right. Otherwise, I don't go out of my way to buy free range.
Special, cage free.
I will buy cage free at Costco's. That's what they sell.
Right, but we don't go out of our way to get that.
Yeah.
And
I'm not above Walmart eggs.
Right. And we're, it would be wonderful if all the beef was grass-fed and grain-free and blah, blah, blah. But the reality is that we can't afford that. We are living on one income. No, you get the cheapest stuff in the store and we'll deal. We'll figure it out.
And I was talking, I was like, yeah, you can go and you can get pork for like $2 a pound, $1.79 a pound, like pork loin. Like Costco has buy one, get one free pork loins all the time.
Yeah, if I could eat pork, we would do pork.
But pork for some so I think the problem for us is the fact that you have to cook pork all the way done. You're not eating like medium rare pork.
Yeah, but I can eat chicken that's all the way done.
Yeah, but I think chicken meat is a little different than pork meat. Because I think poultry is not that big of a deal. Like I digest pork or chicken pretty well,
Yeah,
but like that's
same.
like with bacon and like because we used to love pork loin. We'd
Oh, I
tie it up and roast it with onions,
yeah,
and that
it's
was
very yummy.
so good. But like it
And I
just
love bacon.
and
It's delicious.
we can't and we have trouble with beef. Like if we do like we can't cook a roast. And again,
Oh, if beef is too far gone, like if you some people crock pot their food, I can't eat that. It makes me sick.
yeah,
It makes my stomach hurt and it like I'll have heartburn all day. It's just bad. And not like basic heartburn where you have like a little bit of oh and you eat a Tums and you're good. It's more like I feel like my whole everything from here down is on fire and it's not fun.
yeah. So like we like I just don't feel good when I eat like overcooked like stew meat or like crock
Yeah.
potted like what's that pot roast and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So like when we like I eat my hamburger about as raw as you can get it. Like I'll let be seared on both sides.
Yeah, he's a little too extreme.
I don't care.
It's still cold in the middle.
I don't care. It's delicious. And then I cook basically when I cook her steaks, I cook steaks pretty rare because I know I'm cutting them up for her lunch and I know she's going to go the next day and microwave it at work or whatever to warm it up and it's going to cook more. So I will make sure that it's not going to be overdone when she cooks her food. So I'm always planning that kind of stuff and I know a lot of the things we're going to reheat, so I may not cook it to death, but I'll have sausage or like, bratwurst and that's a pork and that doesn't bother me so much, but we'll go through phases where we'll eat like 10 dozen or 10 pounds of bacon in a week and then we'll go 3 months and not eat any bacon at all. We really do go through those kind of cycles. But so Hope here said something about getting into like keto but not the treats. That was like number 5. So the number 5 thing of my list of how to save money on a ketogenic lifestyle is buy Sana.
Bye, Sana.
Thank you for coming.
Not buying the trash.
Not buying the keto treats. Not like because when we first started keto back in 2016, one of the things we did, we rushed out and we bought everything. We bought almond flour, coconut flour, we bought hemp hearts, and we bought anything and everything that people were talking about in the chats.
Yeah.
The chats or the forums and all that stuff about keto at the time.
And I think a thing with that too is to kind of realize who you are as a person.
Oh yeah.
Like if you're not a baker, don't go buy all the junk to bake. You're just wasting your money. If it's splurging $5 on some keto treat versus spending $20 on stuff to make your own, but you're never going to make it, then you just wasted $20 and you're not any better off. You don't have something, we always talk about if you eat keto treats, use them, within reason. And if you need to use that to keep on your journey, then do what you need to do. But it doesn't make sense to, like I said, load up on all the almond flours and all that stuff. If you're not a baker, if you're not going to bake, then don't buy all the extra crap. It's silly. It ends up just being a waste of money.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be realistic and honest with yourself. So when you first start or when you're starting to kind of dial in your lifestyle, your diet, your daily eating patterns, you need to be honest. So like when you're going to the grocery store, keep in mind of what it is you're eating on a daily basis and sticking to that. So like if you're not going to eat that 10-pound block of cheese,
then don't buy 10 pounds worth of cheese.
Buy a pound of cheese because we'll go through phases.
If you're saving money by buying more, it's not a savings if you're throwing out half of it.
And
we just had to throw out a brick of cheese.
It got moldy. Well, so she likes spicy cheese. The cheese was a little too spicy.
I like a little spicy cheese.
This was too spicy.
This burned my butthole. It was too spicy. I couldn't hang, so we had to throw it out. But like, you're not saving any money if you're buying a big brick of something. You got to throw it out.
So I mean, yeah, but you got to know yourself. You know that you're going to eat all the cheese, right?
Then it's no big deal,
right? So that's the thing. Is like if you know you go and you buy 5 dozen eggs and you eat 1 egg a day,
then they're gonna go bad by the time you get to the end.
And that was like, and one of the like number 4 for me was vegetables, frozen vegetables. I understand how how vegetables come into this house. How many bags of like salad mix did we buy and then throw away?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
well,
like
because the kids like salad, but they kind of like salad. They're not like they're not going to eat it every night. So they would eat a salad, like a bowl of salad, and the rest of the salad fixings would go get in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up buying those little bagged salads and throwing out the dressing, and whatever was in the bag you ate and it was gone that night, and then there was no more. And now the kids moved out and you think lettuce is just crunchy water. I don't get salad anymore.
Water. So lettuce is just like a prison that holds water in place, and they charge you too much for it. So you're paying too much. So don't buy lettuce. Okay.
I like lettuce.
I know there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so basically number 4 way to save money was basically buying frozen vegetables. One, they're flash frozen, like right at harvest. So they're like, I mean, we don't eat.
And they're better for you than canned vegetables because they don't have any crap added to them. Usually they're just the vegetables.
Sometimes I just want some canned green beans though. Sometimes those are just calling my name, but that's because my grandma used to make them for me. Yeah. I haven't had like fresh green beans like what my great grandma used to make. She used to pressure cook green beans. She'd sit and pop them all day and then cook them with like potatoes when I was a tiny kid, and you'd come in and hear that whistling from the pressure cooker. She knew how to cook. She never blew the house up once.
Not once?
No, not even once.
So Jackie says, if you use your brick of cheese, you wear gloves with it and you use a food saver, you can make it last longer. I also want to point out that you are the exception and not the rule. The rest of us are going to buy that with the concept that we're going to do that and never do it and throw out half of that brick of cheese.
I do have gloves because there was a point in time where we thought I was allergic to bacon.
Right. Oh, you had this horrible rash.
Yeah. Well, it was like I was itching
really
all over.
Was the bacon?
It might have just been a bad batch.
That brand of bacon because we haven't bought that since.
Well, I mean, it's the same Costco brand.
No, was it? No, I thought you had got the other one, like the cheap one that was on clearance somewhere. Anywho, he broke out in some bad rash. We thought it might have been the bacon because there was nothing else.
I stopped using bar soap, and I started, was like trying to eliminate what was causing me because I was miserable. I was actually taking Benadryl for the first time in years. So before starting keto, my allergies were bonkers. I had allergies so bad that I was taking Benadryl every day, 4 to 5 capsules of Benadryl.
So 5 times the recommended dosage.
At a time, 4 to 5 times a day.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and I was taking a heartburn medicine. So I was taking heartburn medicine.
Yeah, I get you.
She's like, do as I say, not as I do.
Right?
Like a parent.
Exactly.
Like a boss.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, he was taking so much Benadryl. And I thought, how on earth can you function? Because, I mean, he would drive to work. He would be at work all day and he'd be just popping Benadryl like it was flipping candy. And I'm just like,
I had Benadryl at work, Benadryl here.
In the car. I don't know how he functioned on that much Benadryl. He should have been, I mean, realistically, you should have been comatose.
I don't know.
It was ridiculous. More than 50 milligrams at a time. You're taking about 100 milligrams 6 times a day.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Some people can't even function on one.
I take one and I take a nap. One Benadryl and I'm napping.
Well, this time I took them and I got pretty drowsy.
Yeah.
So like my
tolerance.
Yeah, I became naive or whatever you would say to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah. So since keto, you don't have all those allergies, but you had that big old rash and we didn't know what it was from. And he was
but that was an external cause. I don't, you know what I mean?
I don't know what it was. Yeah. I just don't know.
It hasn't happened in a while. We weren't sure if it was something from the dishes because it would happen when I started washing the dishes. There might have been some kind of mold or something around the sink that we couldn't see or something on the dishes that we couldn't see. I don't know. Because I use palm olive. I get the giant thing of palm olive. Yeah, I know.
Plants we have the same dead plants on the countertop that have been there for 10 years. So it's not the dead plants. And they're not technically dead. They're aloe plants. They just look very sickly.
They're just pretending.
Yeah.
They're pretending to be alive is what they're doing.
Yeah. And, you know, washing the dishes shouldn't cause that. I mean, even if they sit overnight, I can't imagine, but I don't know what it was. I don't know. We hadn't sprayed anything, or I don't know.
It says Jim can take multiple hydrocodones and function.
Whoa.
Well, it's like people who self-medicate, know, with the green, the leafy green.
With the weeds.
Yeah, the tweeds. And you've known those people that if they're not indulging,
I should have got a cold one.
There's something wrong. Like they're off that day. Because I worked with some guys like that at a warehouse I worked at years ago. And if they weren't, they were just, something was off. And then when they were on, they were just normal people.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has their tolerances, right?
Well, and everybody does their own thing to get by, whatever that may be. But yeah.
Because I tried to make a video. I filmed and recorded a video today about my perception and my opinions of like moderation. Everybody says, everything in moderation, everything in moderation. I was like, how does moderation, how does that stack up? Is that recommended for keto? And so I basically recorded this 12-minute video, started to edit it, and realized that it didn't sound how I wanted it to sound. And I was trying to read from notes and stuff because it was a little more information dense and scripted than I'm used to, because a lot of my stuff is off the cuff. So I'm not very used to reading. So there's a lot of me looking down at even though the camera was right in front of my screen and I could see the script behind the camera, there was a lot of me. So I need to record that tomorrow and hopefully get that edited and put up by Thursday. But yeah, that'll be a video coming out. So if you're interested in, any videos, my opinions on, on moderation, there's a lot of people out there, moderation and, balance. Yeah.
Yeah. Cindy's got to go. Bye.
Bye,
Thank you for
Cindy.
stopping in.
We're so glad that you
chatting.
came.
And then
some people can, do. And that was basically one of my points is I was like, there are people who do just fine at moderating. They're better at moderating than some of us, because some of us, it's, a little bit and we're off the rails.
I don't remember who it was. I was at a friend's house and somebody who they were related to walked into the kitchen, took a bite of cake, put the rest of the cake away, and walked away for the rest of their day. They walked away. They never came back. Took one bite of cake. That's not me.
Mm-mm.
If I'm going to take a bite of cake, I'm eating the cake. The whole cake. All of it. Every bite of it.
And why
if it's a slice, if it's 2 slices, I'm cleaning that plate. Because moderation like that doesn't work for me if it's something I like. Not to say that there aren't other things I'm fine to pass on, but oftentimes if I'm going to start it, I'm going to finish it. I'm a finisher, damn it.
So, and I can't remember what video, but it was a keto creator, and I can't remember which one it was, but she was talking about her sister-in-law and the very same thing. She came in, opened up a cake, took a bite, put the lid back on, put it back in the fridge, and she goes, how can you do that? And her answer was basically, I know that that's not the last bite of cake I'm ever going to have.
Talked about that
yeah.
before. Yeah, in my head, that's it. That's the only cake there is. Finish it.
I'm trying very hard to have that mentality about things. Like, so when Jackson moved back in, he started bringing his food, which, I mean, he's 23. He can make his own decisions. I did ask him to limit what he brought into the house, because even though we are very good at being good,
right,
having certain things in the house can trigger us and make me want to eat them. Like if he were to bring Oreos in, one of us is probably going to go for them. That's just the way that it is. There's certain things that we do not and will not keep in the house. Like I said, there's carby things that we keep in the house for the granddaughter
I have no interest.
Yeah, chicken nuggets and
Nope,
and hash
wouldn't-
browns. And
I wouldn't touch them before keto.
and I've got
so-
these little cups, these little like mac and cheese cups that are microwavable mac and cheese because she likes mac and cheese, and they were on clearance and they don't really go bad. They're going to be shelf stable forever.
right.
And they're like $1 something a piece. So
Again, I would have no interest in
Right.
that, keto or not.
I don't really have an interest in that because I used to like Kraft mac and cheese,
Mhm.
but it's been so long I don't really care. And I
Even
know
that-
if I wanted it, I could go buy a box and make it.
Yeah. It just isn't a big enough payout.
Yeah, like the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Right, right. And I think some things are, at least in my mind, a box of Oreo cookies is worth every bite of it. So I don't buy them because they are, no, I can't afford to have them in the house, Yes, they do have deep fried Oreos at the fair. No, we did not buy them because I don't like them. I tried them when
We
they first
did.
came out.
We may or may not have got deep fried cookie dough.
Yeah, we did try that.
I don't know if she was here when we talked about that. We talked
Oh.
about the deep fried butter.
They do have the deep fried Oreos at the fair.
And
I
Snickers.
very much dislike that. I feel like it has corrupted the Oreo. The Oreo in itself is perfect. It doesn't need more. Anywho, that's just my opinion. But
Juan's crazy. I don't think I'm allergic to bacon because I've made it since.
and he's been fine with it
Yeah.
since. We just were trying to track down what the problem was. And I like to take a scientific approach. Let's take one thing away and see what the change is. Let's take one thing away and see what the change is. He stopped everything all at once. So I have no
That's what you
idea.
told me to do.
No, I did not. I have no idea what was irritating him.
But anyway, back to what we were talking about. So like moderation and we asked him not to. So he was bringing in pasta because
Mhm.
he has this
Noodles.
He's always
Noodles.
been a noodle freak.
He was a 1.5-year-old. And okay, so when he was a baby, he ate every night at 6:00. He would nurse and then he would go to sleep. And every night from that time until he was probably 10 years old, he expected dinner at 6:00 on the dot. If dinner was not ready, he would have a whole meltdown. So we were over at my parents' house. Not you.
I wasn't in the picture.
He
yet.
wasn't there yet. I was over at my parents' house with the kids, and my mom's making spaghetti, and my 1.5-year-old boy is having a full-blown meltdown because it is 6:05 and there is not food in front of him. And he is screaming, "Need noodles now!" and would not calm down to the point where even when I put noodles in front of him, he couldn't stop crying enough to eat. So the boy is a thing for noodles.
Yeah. And then he started going to the gym and threw his noodles away. But I was just like, those kinds of things like.
Well, and now he's like quasi keto. He's eating mostly like non-carby things to the best of
He's
his
still
ability.
eating buns on his burgers at work and stuff. But
He told me the other day that he got the burger without the buns.
he told me something different at the pool.
Oh, well.
I mean,
To each his own.
but he knows. He even said he knows better. He
Yeah.
needs to not get the buns on them and stuff. But I mean, and we go out and do things we shouldn't do. Like our anniversary was Sunday, our 12-year anniversary.
God, it's been that long.
Yeah,
And I haven't killed him yet.
it's true. I'm still here.
I'm trying to let the cats do it for me.
Yeah. So, we're probably going to, I don't know what we're going to do. We thought about maybe Thursday we'll go see that movie.
It's
And
Tuesday. You
Yeah.
bought food though.
yeah,
We could go to B-Dubs.
we could. Well, we have that not have a 9:30 live stream.
Yeah.
We could do something tomorrow night.
Anywho, we'll figure it out. I don't know.
But anyway, yeah. So just to kind of close things down, like, because we've already been doing this now like an hour and 13, almost 15 minutes. So just to
Yeah.
kind of close it down, like basically, kind of tying it all back together. So like keto on a budget, find out what works for you food wise, consolidate it down. You don't necessarily have to eat the same things every day, but I mean, you don't have to be extravagant either.
Right.
I mean, if that's something that you need to do, then you got to find a way to make it fit in your budget. Avoiding buying all the expensive keto products that don't really do a lot for you. and, you know, not keeping a lot of foods in the house that are really going to cause an issue.
Well, the keto on a budget, and then we talked about moderation. And what moderation, you know, what you can actually do and not do, and being realistic with yourself. And then we talked about cats.
Lots of cats.
So we were talking about trying to do better for our animals, because we're doing better for ourselves and doing better for our animals. And there's a lot of crap products out there. So if you're going to have a pet, you know, again, within budget, try to figure out what you can figure out and try to get them on a healthy course too, because it sucks to lose something just because you weren't willing to invest time or money into it. And it's something you care about.
And I think that's a lot of why people fail at doing a keto lifestyle, is they kind of come into it. They're coming into it kind of, not wholeheartedly. They're not wholeheartedly into it. They're just kind of half-assing it. And they don't put the little bit of effort up front to kind of figure out who they really are. They're not honest with themselves. So, I mean, kind of going off the rails with this explanation, but I mean, figuring your food patterns, figuring out what it is that you need and what makes you feel good is going to be paramount in being successful.
Right.
So I think, that's where we'll leave that today. And I think we'll revisit that if people are so inclined or so interested next week when we talk to you guys.
Yeah. Well, and I think, that everybody would like to say that, I'm trying to not use food as a reward, but let's be real. People use food as a reward.
Where's a Skyline Cheery near us?
Oh, what are you talking about?
So she said, figure out you can go and get Skyline chili and get meal with only 3 carbs. Was it just the chili and the cheese? The Skyline chili is pretty good. You can get it in the stores, the cans of it. You just got to be careful because some of the cans are really high in carbs and some are not. So like some cans are like 8 grams of carbs for the whole can. So that would, and the whole can is 8 total carbs or whatever. So that's not bad. Oh, Greenwood. Yeah, I know where that one is. It's right there next to that sushi place we've been to before, like that really expensive sushi place. I can't remember what it's called though.
Sakura?
No. Ichiban.
I do like Ichiban. That's right. Sakura's on the north side of town.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we've been doing this for an hour and 17 minutes. I've got some stuff I need to do, and I've got a live stream starting in like an hour from now. They have a Coney Bowl. I like Coney Bowl. It's 3 hot dogs with chili and cheese. I'm into that. You're talking my love language now. Mm-hmm. But anyway, Jackie.
Well,
we're going to try to say goodbye and then keep talking.
Yes, that's what we've been doing.
We need to be like Weathers and just hang up. They're just like, oh, that bite. But anyway, I appreciate all of you stopping by today, everybody that stayed around and watched, and those who kind of lurked in and, stood for a little while. But
thanks for coming in and saying hi, everybody.
And we'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Again, we'll see you next Tuesday. If you know, you know.
It's still funny.